Right, I'm in the London studio this time reading letter number 75 from T-Bone. So here it is. Peace, my brother Shaun. A lot of people really don't understand how tough it is in here. When you're in here for something you didn't do, it's even tougher. So T-Bone, they said he took $20 off a countertop in a shop and they slapped a 13-year sentence on him for that. They tried to give him 200 years on another thing that he didn't do, but it looks like utter BS. Hopefully we can get him out. There are guys who get the dreaded letter who go crazy, or that conversation on the phone that's the end of the world for them, and they hurt themselves any way possible. Here, T-Bone is talking about the Dear John letter from the girlfriend or wife. There's a saying in prison in Arizona that she left you for Sancho. That's the name of the guy that your wife or your girlfriend runs off with. And you see guys who are stable, visit to the lifeline, and then when the relationship ends, these guys go absolutely off the rails. The guys who are into the shit, they really go around and get into even more shit. This one guy was in the chow hall after one of those phone conversations, so he'd just been dumped by his woman. He was told by a CO to take off his hat. In Arizona, you can have like a baseball cap when you go out in the rec. It protects you from the sun. He wouldn't take off his hat, so the CO walked up to him and asked him again. The man was only doing his job, but he spoke to a guy who was dead inside, and he tore into that man like he was roast chicken that he hadn't eaten in weeks. It was that bad. They sprayed the whole chow hall with something worse than pepper spray. So if someone kicks off, the guards come in, they spray the whole area. Everyone's going to get hit by that spray. I know I couldn't breathe, and that guy kept going. I covered my mouth and nose and got outside, but that guy kept going and going. I watched through the window as he kept hitting and kicking and grabbing. The look in his eyes was like he was somewhere else, or he saw someone else. It was nasty to say the least. The other COs were hitting him, but it did no good, until this little woman walked right up to him and said something that got his attention, and they took him hard. The word went around that he went crazy because of the bad phone call. His woman had another guy. Before I go on, please let everyone know who wants to write that I will respond soon, hopefully. What's happening is T-Bone's been asking me, are his letters getting opened? I think the prison's been reading the blogs and the stories, and now they're checking his mail because the envelopes I'm receiving from T-Bone, they've been opened by the prison and they're taped shut because of where they've been opened. They even put a stamp on them sometimes saying it's been inspected. So obviously he's under some kind of surveillance from the prison police. So he's just kind of like laying low a little bit, but he's saying that he will get around to responding to anyone who's written to him. The court gave the state until date in October to respond to my writ for post-conviction relief. I raised several issues and now it is in God's hands. So this is that charge of the $20 off the counter in the shop. He's trying to get it overturned by filing in court the writ for post-conviction relief. Things here are going okay. I had to deal with a real crazy guy, SMI. SMI in prison means seriously mentally ill, who kept running around at night and going into weaker guys' lockers, saying he was looking for a light. He is crazy, but wrong is wrong and right is right. Hey, the guy who written and asked me questions, I've asked some good questions, but please let them know it might sound funny, but I do use the money for shoes and food and stamps and legal costs. They only pay me a few cents, 15 cents an hour, and it helps. and I use soap and deo. Anyway, thank you, my brother, for everything. Please let me know if any more letters are open. Peace and love, bro. Each one teach one. Strength and honor, steel embrace. T-Bone. So he's talking there. He's very grateful for all the people who've sent money in to his donation page, which has shot right up. And we're figuring out now if we can get a lawyer involved and try and expedite this process, because it's hard with T-Bone doing it all on his own in prison. So I've written a letter to T-Bone and asking his response about getting a lawyer involved. So we'll get you some progress on that. A lot of people asking how long has he got left. He's got about 5 years left. And I'll put all the links below this video, his donation page, and everything else. So thanks for supporting T-Bone. Cheers from London.